Hey guys. Yeah, I don't really know where else to talk about this. I guess I'm just kind of looking for advice, or maybe I just need to vent for a bit. So, me and my fiancé are getting married next year. We've been planning this thing for months now, just trying to make it something small. Chill, you know? Close family, a few friends, nothing crazy, no massive ballroom or fireworks or whatever. We just want it to feel like us. But yeah, my mom's not coming. She straight up told me, I don't do weddings. Like, what even is that supposed to mean? You don't do weddings? You don't do your own kid's wedding? Man, when she said that, it felt like someone just pulled the air right out of my chest. I kind of just stood there holding my phone. Like, did she really just say that? See, there's a lot of history with me and my mom. A lot. I'm not going to go into every dark corner of it because some of it's just heavy. But long story short, I didn't exactly have a stable childhood. When I was a teenager, me and her used to butt heads a lot. And look, I'll admit I was angry. Like really angry. But it wasn't just for no reason, you know? It's hard to explain. When you grow up in a house where everything feels like it's your fault, you start carrying that rage like armor. And my mom, she used to say some stuff that stuck to me in ways I wish it hadn't. Like, you're too much. You ruin everything. Or my personal favorite, you're the reason I'm broke. You hear that kind of thing enough, and it screws with your head. And then one day she just kicked me out. Said I was too angry, too expensive. That having me around made her taxes go up or some crap like that. Like I was an extra bill she didn't want to pay. So my aunt and uncle took me in. They didn't have to. They just did. No judgment, no you owe us. Just gave me a bed, a plate of food, and some peace and quiet. For the first time in my life, I wasn't walking on eggshells every damn day. And to this day, they're the ones who really feel like my parents. But to my mom, that's probably the reason she won't come to the wedding. She can't stand being around my aunt and uncle because, in her head, they stole me, which is wild because she's the one who kicked me out. She doesn't want to face them. Doesn't want to face me either, probably. So instead, she hides behind that stupid line. I don't do weddings. Thing is, she does weddings. She went to her coworker's daughter's wedding last year. I saw the pictures on Facebook. Smiling, dancing, holding a glass of wine. But when it's her own kid's wedding, suddenly, she doesn't do them. Nah, what she means is she doesn't do my wedding. And I don't even know how to process that. I've tried so hard to keep her in my life, man. Every time she calls crying, saying she feels like a bad mom, I tell her she's not. Every time she brings up the past, I tell her it's water under the bridge. I tell her I love her. I tell her I forgive her. I've said it so many times it's basically muscle memory at this point. Because I don't know, I just wanted a mom. And it's not like I haven't tried to be there for her either. When I was in college, broke as hell, eating ramen every day, working 2 jobs. She called me saying she couldn't afford rent, and I sent her money. I literally had nothing, but I still sent it. Why? Because I thought maybe if I helped her enough, she'd finally see me. Like really see me. Maybe she'd look at me and think, damn, that's my son. I'm proud of him. But nope, didn't change a thing. I ended up broke, depressed, homeless for a while, couch hopping, pretending I was fine when I was falling apart. And I don't want to spell it out too much, but let's just say, I made some bad calls. The kind people don't always make it back from. But somehow I did. My aunt and uncle pulled me out of that hole. Therapy helped too. And then I met my fiancée, and she changed everything. She's the first person who ever made me feel like I wasn't hard to love. Like I could just be without being too much. So yeah, getting engaged felt like this massive victory. Like for once I got to build something good. Something mine. And the first thing I thought was, I want my mom there. Not because I needed her approval or some hallmark moment. Just because she's my mom. My dad's locked up. He won't be there. I figured maybe she'd want to come. You know? Maybe she'd want to see that I made it. But nope. She said no. And she said it like it was nothing. Like, oh sorry, can't make it. I don't do weddings. Like I invited her to a barbecue, not my damn wedding. And it hit me. She's never gonna be the mom I keep hoping she'll be. Every time we talk, it's about her. Her bills. her loneliness, her regrets. And I listen. I play therapist. I tell her it's all gonna be okay. But she never asks about me. Not really. She doesn't ask how wedding planning's going, how I'm feeling. Nothing. She just unloads and hangs up. And like an idiot, I still answer every time she calls. Because that's what I've always done. I keep showing up for someone who never shows up for me. And yeah, I know some people will say, man, just cut her off. You don't owe her anything. But that's not how it feels. Because she's still my mom. You grow up craving that love so bad that even when it hurts, you still chase it. You keep hoping this time will be different. That she'll finally see you. But she won't. She never will. And I think I'm finally starting to get that. Pauses, leans back, takes a breath. You know what's crazy? The people who aren't your blood are usually the ones who show up the hardest. My aunt and uncle, they're more like my parents than my parents ever were. My fiancée, she's my rock, my best friend, my whole world. And when I picture our wedding now, yeah, I still see that empty chair. I know I'll glance at it, even if I tell myself not to, because that's just human, right? You always look for the ones who aren't there. But maybe it's okay that she's not. Maybe the people who do show up, that's who family really is. You know what I've realized? My mom only calls when she feels guilty. She'll disappear for months, then ring me up crying like, I'm such a terrible mother. And every time I drop everything and tell her she's not, I end up comforting her. But nobody ever comforts me. Nobody ever says, hey, that must have been rough. And man, I'm tired. I'm so damn tired. Tired of trying to earn her love. Tired of being the bigger person. Tired of forgiving someone who doesn't even apologize. I've been carrying her guilt for so long. It's starting to feel like mine. But it's not. It's not my job to fix her. It's not my fault she can't face her own choices. And maybe it's not my responsibility to keep trying anymore. Leans forward, voice soft but firm. When I walk down that aisle next year, I'm gonna have my aunt and uncle there, smiling like proud parents. I'll have my friends, the ones who saw me at my lowest and still stuck around. And I'll have the woman I love waiting at the end, looking at me like I'm enough. And maybe that's all I need. Maybe I don't need her approval. Maybe I don't need her presence. Maybe I just need peace. Because the truth is, love isn't supposed to hurt like that. It's not supposed to feel like begging for scraps. So yeah, my mom doesn't do weddings. But I do.
I do healing. I do forgiveness.
I do moving the hell on. And when I stand there saying I do, it's not just to my fiancé, it's to myself, to the life I'm building, to the person I fought to become. I've spent way too long grieving a relationship that never existed the way I wanted it to. It's time to stop. It's time to be grateful for the people who did love me right. And maybe one day, if she ever reaches out again, I'll answer. Not because I need her, but because I've finally made peace with the fact that I don't. Until then, I'm focusing on the people who actually show up. Because that's what love really is, showing up. And she didn't, but they did. He looks away for a moment, exhales, then back into the camera. You know, I think I just needed to say that out loud. Sometimes you don't realize how done you are until you hear yourself talk about it. So yeah, she doesn't do weddings. But I do. And it's gonna be beautiful. Now you tell me in the comments, what would you do if your own mother refused to come to your wedding? Would you still try to make peace or finally let go?